This Saturday and Sunday, I'll be announcing 2 winners of a free $100 Amazon gift card. And to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and give this video a like.
The nays are 211. The motion is adopted. Objection, a motion. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
And don't forget to share my videos with your friends and family, because I'm sure they would like the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check news.
I thank him and Mr. Yarmouth, the chair of the Budget Committee, for their leadership on this legislation, of course, on this debate this afternoon. It was dazzling to see them and the Democratic chairs and members speak up about this important legislation. And thank you, Mr. Chairman, for pointing out the inconsistency on the part of our colleagues across the aisle in complaining about money helping the poorest of poor children in our country, while they didn't hesitate to give large amounts of money to the richest people in America in their Republican tax scam. Your charts were very eloquent, Mr.
A third round of stimulus payments is expected to be on the way later this month. And that's great news, everybody. Roughly 90% of American households will be eligible. Individuals who earn at least $80,000 a year of adjusted gross income, heads of households who earn at least $120,000, and married couples who earn at least $160,000 will be completely cut off from the third round of stimulus payments, regardless of how many dependent children they have.
Mr. Chairman, and to hear our members speak about the terms of this bill, the values that are in it, the plan that it has, why they were voting yes on the bill, and to hear Republicans talk about why they would vote no. It's typical that they vote no and take the dough. And this bill has bipartisan support across the country, not only among the general public, but in mayors and selectmen and city council persons and county executives who are Republican, eagerly awaiting the passage of this bill because they know at their level what a difference it will make in the lives of their constituents, the American people. You know, tomorrow, and I say this is a critical moment in our country's history. Tomorrow, the world will mark the 1 year since COVID-19 was officially declared a global pandemic by the World Health Organization. At that time, just over 1,000 Americans had contracted the disease, 38 had died. Since that day, 1 year ago from tomorrow, nearly 30 million Americans have become infected, over 500,000 Americans have died, more lives that were lost in combat in all of America's wars against foreign enemies combined. Each of those lives is precious to us. We feel each loss profoundly and pray for their families and for the families of those who have contracted the virus and are still affected by it. And through it all, an historic economic crisis has raged. A full year later, 18 million Americans are still out of work, according to the statistics at the end of last week. And nearly 10 million jobs may have been lost. We hope to stop that. And the most vulnerable among us have been disproportionately affected. Moms pushed out of the labor market, women and minority-owned businesses forced to shutter, communities of color facing rising disparities. Today, we have a real opportunity for change. Mr. Speaker, as we serve in Congress with each other, we learn about each other's districts, each other's priorities, and the rest. And we learn about each other's why. Why did you come to Congress? Why are you here? Each of us has come to Congress with a purpose. My purpose, my why, are the children. As a mother of 5, raising my kids, seeing all the attention and all that they needed, I was horrified by the fact that 1 in 5 children in America lives in poverty and goes to sleep hungry. Goes to sleep hungry in America at night. That is my why. That is why I went from homemaker to the House of Representatives. And that is why when people ask me, what do you think the 3 most important issues are facing the Congress? I always say the same thing. Our children, our children, our children. Their health, their education, the economic security of their families, a safe, healthy environment in which they can thrive, and a nation at peace in which they can reach their fulfillment. Several of those priorities are addressed in this legislation. Again, this legislation, which has bipartisan support throughout the country. The Biden, and he praises on President Biden for the values, for the vision, the strategic thinking, for the knowledge that he has brought to what, as you said earlier, we had in the works for a while, but freshened up by current events, the vaccine, and what those possibilities are. The Biden American Rescue Plan is about the children, their health, their education, the economic security of their families again. Our children's health is greatly protected by crushing the virus and by expanding access to health care through the Affordable Care Act expansions in here, Medicaid through FMAP, and in other ways as well. Our children's education is advanced with a $170 billion to open schools safely.
The income thresholds will be based on a taxpayer's most recent return. If they've already filed a 2020 return by the time the payment is sent, the IRS will base eligibility on the 2020 adjusted gross income. If not, it will be based on the 2019 return or the information submitted through an online portal that was set up last year for people who do not usually file their tax returns. Now, the big question is, folks, when can you expect to see the money in your bank account? When can you expect to see the stimulus checks? And is that you guys can start seeing payments in your bank accounts within days of Joe Biden signing the bill. For the previous pandemic stimulus bill, the IRS started sending out the second round of payments just 3 days after the previous president signed the legislation in late December. SSDI recipients and Railroad Retirement Board beneficiaries are all eligible to receive the payment, even if they did not file taxes in 2019 or 2020. Eligible taxpayers use the IRS non-filer tool,